Hello friends, today we will analyze how to work with sessions from quick creation to mass generation using presets. It will be interesting and useful. Let's go. So, let's start creating a preset. At the top of the interface, we find the Preset Management button. Open it and see a list of all available presets. Here you can delete, edit, or add new ones. By default, there are already desktop preset and mobile preset, but we will create our own. Click Create Preset, or use the hotkey and a familiar settings window will open. This window is similar to the session settings interface. At the top, we set the name. Since we are creating a preset for a tablet, we will call it Tablet Preset. On the left, select an icon if necessary, or leave the standard one. You can add tags just below. For example, add a tag with the device type and connection, so that later it will be easier to filter sessions created through this preset. Go to the connection block. Here we can immediately set up a connection via a proxy manager, which works similarly to the settings for a session. Specify SOCKS 5 or another popular protocol. If we choose free proxy, we can specify a specific country manually or use random. Additionally, we configure the parameters. We will leave the WebRTS type as standard and switch DNS from auto to manual. We will specify a custom DNS, for example, from Cloudflare 4 units. After saving, we see that the setting has been successfully applied. In the next block, you can switch data synchronization between cloud and local. Let's choose cloud so that the changes are saved on the server. If desired, you can configure which parameters will be synchronized locally and which via the cloud. In the block below, let's add a start page. We will add checker fake vision, enter the name and address. If you have several pages, you can import them from a text file. After saving, we see an indicator with the number of added pages. Also in this section, you can manage bookmarks and extensions, add them manually or import from the list. In the lower block, we find the fingerprint setting. Here, everything is similar to the session setup process. Select the normal fingerprint mode, and since we are creating a tablet preset, select tablet. If you want, you can specify a random version of the operating system for Android or iOS, or select a specific one. Let's stop at a random version of Android so that each session is created with a random version of the system. Now select the latest version of Chrome or specify another one if necessary. We will leave the latest version for convenience. Note that the device cannot be specified exactly. It will always be random for each session created through this preset. Next, configure the remaining items. For example, add bookmarks or start pages. Let's enable the Do Not Track item. Click on the item, make sure that it is enabled. Check the other parameters and click Save Preset. We are returned to the desktop. Here we open the Preset Management window, where we see that we can edit, clone, or delete our preset. The preset is created, which means we can move on to practical work with it. So the first method of application is creating a session individually. We select our preset Tablet Preset and click New Session. In the window that opens, we see that all the settings have been automatically pulled up. The session name is formed with a numeric index. The tablet and free proxy tags have been added, a connection to a random country has been configured, and the previously specified DNS 4 units have been specified. The fake vision start page has also been pulled up. In the fingerprint block, we see that the system has identified a random Android, the latest Chrome, and a randomly selected device as configured in the preset. And in the miscellaneous block, we see that the Do Not Track item is active. We can run through all the parameters again to check that the session has pulled up all the preset settings and click Create. A proxy check is launched, and after that the session will be displayed on our desktop. So we see that the created session uses the Android tablet configuration. Now let's move on to the next scenario. Quick session creation. To do this, switch the mode, check the box at the top and click New Session or use the hotkey. As a result, the session is created instantly without additional settings. All parameters are set automatically: config, connection, proxy, including a randomly selected country. This method is great for a single quick session creation. The next method is mass creation. To do this, select the Mass Session Creation item at the top of the interface. A window opens where you first select our previously created preset or switch to the desired one. On the right, set the number of sessions to be created. For example, we will specify 10. You can also import a file with cookies if you have them for these sessions. At the bottom of the window, you can check the box to set the new status for all created sessions. This is convenient to distinguish them from those sessions that you created manually one by one. You can also use the file name as a basis for session names. For example, if the file with imported cookies is called Facebook1, the first session created will receive the same name, Facebook1. After clicking Create, we wait for the process to complete and see that 10 sessions have appeared on the desktop. The numbering has been added to the name, and the configuration is set to the Android tablet. Devices and connections have also been selected randomly, according to the preset settings. All of them are automatically set to the new status. For convenience, all sessions are marked with tags, thanks to which they can be easily filtered, even if there are other created sessions on the desktop. That's all. Now you know how to increase the efficiency of working with sessions using presets and mass creation. Good luck with your work.